Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys watching today's video and spending some time with me today. And guys, here it is, the time of filming of the video. It's the very end of September. I want to show you guys my favorite October fishing lures. If you could give me like one lure that is just funner than anything else to fish in October, I'm going to show you what it is today, and we're going to give some tips and advice on how to catch it. And it may surprise you guys, but in October, even though, I love fishing jigs, this is my Blaukat throwback jig. This isn't the lure we're going to talk about today, but I do want to remind you that Tackle Warehouse has got my Blaukat throwback jigs back in stock there. They've been selling out like within a day or two after they drop. So if you guys are interested, I'll put my throwback jig link in the description. You guys can pick one up there. And I would suggest anything with chartreuse in it for October. It's a really good color for October. Okay guys, there may be other lures that are more productive. Like I said, I probably catch more bass on my jig or crankbait or spinnerbait in the month of October. But my favorite lure to fish, if they are biting it, and if you can get them to bite the thing, is a big buzzbait. Big, large bladed buzzbait. This is the Megabass Jamaican boa, and the big bladed buzzbait in chartreuse skirt with a silver blade. Now, a lot of people, they really like to use a black buzzbait, and that can be pretty good. But one of the things that I found out about fishing a lot of different fall times of the year is, for whatever reason, in the fall, in October especially, they really like a bright chartreuse buzzbait. So I'll put my Megabass Jamaican boa buzzbait link in the description of the video if you guys want to try one. But this big, obnoxious looking colored chartreuse buzzbait, silver skirt, silver blade, half-ounce model, is one of my favorite lures to fish in October. Now, one of the things about buzzbaits you're going to find as far as month by month, there's different sizes of buzzbaits and different profiles and different colors that work better at certain times of year. But in my opinion, during the month of October and also into like the first 2 weeks of November, this big, large chartreuse buzzbait is the way to go. It seems like the bass for whatever reason, they just bite it better than anything else. But also, in order for this to work, guys, you have to have the right set of conditions and you have to be throwing it around the right spot. Now, one of the big keys on catching fish in the buzzbait in October and November is you got to have those low light conditions, specifically with cloudy, rainy days. Now, you can catch a few like right off the bat in the morning, even if it's sunny on some shade, but you're not going to have those days that I'm talking about. The reason I like to fish this buzzbait, when I am fishing this big buzzbait in October, I want to be able to throw it all day long and not ever put it down. I have one rod out, big buzzbait, and I throw it all day long. And in order to do that and to generate those strikes, you got to have the right conditions. So you need an overcast day, preferably something with like some type of rain. Doesn't have to be hard rain, but maybe intermittent rain for a little bit, then stop. Just an overcast day with about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. And the wind really needs to be out of the south, the southwest or the southwest. That is the thing that really activates those fish more than anything else. And I prefer a day that is a little bit below average in temperature. So say, for example, in October where you're fishing, the average daytime temperature may be in the low 70s. I prefer one of those days where it's just a little cooler, like maybe 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal, along with those little bit windy, cloudy conditions. And when you get that combination, this big chartreuse buzzbait, guys, it'll catch them better than anything in there. And it's super fun when they hit it, because in October, guys, they don't slam this thing. It's like the way that I'm going to talk about fishing it, they come up and they just sort of suck it in. They don't really hit it real hard. It's like they pull a cork under or something. But we'll talk a little bit about places to fish it. Now, one of the things that is key in October and November, when that water temperature starts to drop and you have cooling evening temperatures, the fish tend to migrate more to rock. Now, a buzzbait is really good around shallow grass and, wood all the time. But specifically in October and early November, I like to concentrate on shallow rock. And the rock can be a diversity of different sizes, depending upon the type of rock you have in your lake. But ideally, I want some type of mixed rock bank that has rock anywhere between the size of my fist, maybe some gravel rock, maybe some boulders this big around, just a mixed rock bank that has a fairly flat slope to it. And ideal water clarity is important. Ideally, anywhere between, say, 1.5 to 3 feet is going to be good. Most of the time, to me, a perfect buzzbait water clarity is about 2 foot of visibility, again, associated with the clouds and the wind. You get 2 foot of visibility and you get some low light conditions, and it's going to put those fish really shallow. Now, another thing to remember once you do get those conditions with this buzzbait is to make sure to get this bait right up on the bank. A lot of times you'll throw that thing, and if you throw it like 2 foot away from the bank, you're actually throwing right on top of the fish. So try to get that buzzbait like where it almost hits the rocks, and start reeling it slow. Keep your rod tip high and try to reel it just slow enough to keep that blades going above the water. You don't want to reel it very fast. I just like to keep it slow, moving like that. Occasionally I'll twitch it like that, but I want this thing going blub, 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 blub. I don't want it going blub like that. So try to keep it, rod tip high. That's going to allow you to slow it down. Also, if you use heavy line, that's going to help you. So use a large diameter line. I usually use 25-pound test Seaguard Vizex fluorocarbon line. A lot of guys use braid on it. I don't really like it. But I usually throw my buzzbait on that 25-pound test, usually with a fairly medium heavy action like that Megabass Perfect Pit, 7'2", medium heavy rod, just trying to reel that thing slow along the surface. Another thing about that, guys, you will need a trailer hook. Bass in the fall time of the year on a buzzbait are notorious for striking them short. So definitely make sure you use a treble hook, and also turn that treble hook upside down, because if you're not fishing around some type of wood, you can get by with it. But if you turn that treble hook where, the point is underneath the hook like that, you tend to get those short strikers a lot better. So anyway, guys, I'll put the Tackle Warehouse link in the description. Get you a chartreuse Jamaican boa buzzbait here, big old giant buzzbait, and just you get those conditions I talked about, next month. Just throw it all day long, see what happens there. So hope it helps out, guys. I'll see you later.